Welcome back to the channel. We're going over the SP 500, the Nasdaq 100, and exactly what happened on the market. I broke this down for you yesterday, and I told you exactly how we would move today and the stocks to be playing as well. Before we get into that content, I have to ask you to consider doing two things. I'm making videos every single day for you, getting this news out to you absolutely free. So make sure you are considering liking and subscribing to the channel, and leave a comment down below because it helps out with the algorithm. And I will also answer all your questions as well. And there's one question I need to highlight today, and it's this one right here. This guy, JJ, and if you're watching this, JJ, I don't mean to belittle you, but this is the point of the channel, is to help people like this. More downside question mark. Seems like futures are unreliable. It's not the real market. Ladies and gentlemen, the only real part of this market, the ultimate indicator on the market, how we're calling it every day, is because of futures, and because that is the market. ES futures are SPY. Nasdaq futures, it's QQQ. At the end. So that statement, I am sorry, but I am tired of reading some of these comments like that. If you need help, if you have questions, please DM me on Twitter. I will answer my DMs. Please reach out. But let's get into this content. Now, going into this, what were we looking at today, people? Where was the bullish behavior? I am extremely excited about this because we're getting the action that we wanted. We're looking at a 4-hour time frame here and going into the close of yesterday into the open of today. I want to highlight a few things. So what we're going to do is go about to the 15 minutes so you can get a better viewpoint here. And as we're going to look right here. So going into yesterday's close, what was happening? What was going on with the market? You had a really nice push. You ended up running all the way to about 12.16, 12.15. You came back down this morning. This morning, what happened? A lot of people were very concerned. They kind of had this fear we were going to dip. What was really happening? I want to bring that actually back as well. And this is what happened. Right here, this is round market. This is 7:30, an hour before market open. From 7:30 until market open, about the first 45 minutes of trading, you trended at our level. Now, from yesterday's video, and this is my rebuttal to people saying futures don't matter. If you're not a full-time trader, then maybe you don't think so. Maybe you just don't know yet. But hopefully this channel can teach you to become a self-reliant person when it comes to trading, because that's the goal of this channel. I said yesterday, go watch the video. You are bullish on the market until you break below where? Right here. 12,000 on our Nasdaq futures. What happened at market open for 1 hour? Actually 2 hours. You had one candle, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 15-minute candles, all hold with very strong wicks at that 12,000 range. What does that mean? This is not an indicator. This is not RSI or any of these crazy overall fantasy type trading strategies, right? This is purely what is happening with buying pressure and volume. The end. What happened at our key levels? And it's extremely, extremely simple. Buyers stepped in right here at this level, and they did not let it fall. When we go look at the S&P, what was happening here? Sorry, I've literally recorded this video twice, and I've had to redo this whole video twice, so bear with me. You broke through this level and continued down for the first 45 minutes of trading. This right here represents the daily open at 8:30. Breaking down. So the SPY is dropping, but guess what is not making lower lows, ladies and gentlemen? The Nasdaq. Your futures, not your ETF. Your futures. The futures are the market, people. This is absolutely ridiculous. I can't believe that was even a statement, but I'm trying to help you guys out. And I just don't want people to read comments and then kind of get lost in what's happening, because this is the market. This is how you trade. Now, from that level, you went straight back up, came down, went back up. Now, what happened on the market? This is the beautiful part here. I want to look at something. This is the Big Six. You can do this on basically any type of trading platform. You can make your own little ETFs. And basically what I did is I combined Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, Google, Amazon, and Tesla. This is something me and Jay Ream do in Discord. Now, sometimes you might see indexes dip, but the Big Six, your biggest stocks in the market, right? They'll hold up. This is the Big Six over the past 2.5 months. And I want you to tell me what you think about this chart right here. Just saying, it's looking like we're due for a rebound if we break through this level. So what am I looking for right now? I'm watching this range right here on the Big Six. Right now, These guys want to go up. They are rallying. They are moving like crazy. And if they get above this range, chances are you're going to start moving in a very bullish fashion and in a hurry. In a big hurry. This is a great chart to look at to see the overall strength of some of the big tech stocks in the market. And it's showing you it looks really bullish. It's at a resistance, but it still looks bullish nonetheless. Now, going into the market, what I traded today, I only had one successful trade. I traded 2 times. I had Exxon puts earlier in the day. Those did not work out. I think negative 12%. And then I had Microsoft calls. Microsoft, I want to highlight something of what I was looking for here going into the market before we get back into the S&P and things like that. Microsoft out of the gates, very weak. Microsoft typically tracks the S&P to a T, just like Apple. Apple all day long moving very well, never really pushing down too low. Microsoft automatically gapped down really low, and we bought it down here for those calls. Why did we buy it? This was one of the easiest trades. Going into this trades, there was no bad news, nothing coming out here. So I ended up buying these for July 22nd. Actually, some swings. So I held some of these over the weekend. I got them at 193 to 195, and they went up about 50%, give or take, to 275. I ended up cutting half and holding the rest over the weekend. So that definitely made up for those losses, and I'm holding those overall, and I see tons of upside here. Plenty of upside going towards 274, 275. This could be a monster trade. Another thing we were looking at was NVIDIA. A lot of people traded this one as well, ended up pushing even higher than yesterday. Another big stock. I'm telling you guys, when you want to day trade, focus on a handful of stocks. I want to say 3 to 5 stocks max. Focus on those stocks, learn how they trade, learn the volatility, learn how quick they move, learn their levels. Be engaged to those stocks, people. Marry those stocks. They need to become like your children, and you need to nurture them and learn their habits. If you want to win, that's what you got to do. That's why I'm always talking about the same stocks. Also, too, Tesla had the big breakout today. Elon Musk announced that they are stopping the merger with Twitter or whatever they're going to do there. After hours, he started pumping up. Anyways, Tesla looks really strong. It breaks over this $800 level. You're going to run like crazy. People in Discord are making a killing on that one as well. Just ask down below in the comments. I don't really care. Now, going back to the market, what are we looking at? You're at a big level. We're hitting a key resistance. I want to be very clear about how I'm trading this going into the market. Now, I haven't been watching the SPY too much. I was targeting 392 today. You hit like 391. You couldn't get the 392 push. Nonetheless, that's what's going on there. Now, if you get above this range, really the chart we need to be watching is NQ. I think this is what's going to really dictate how the market moves going forward. Now, going into this week, I want to highlight exactly what we're looking at. This is our resistance level. This is where we have to get over. You get above 12.3, in my opinion, you are pushing up to around 12.8 to 12.7. That is your target. Nothing else. The end. If you start pushing above this, it is all calls. We're looking for bullish activity. We are looking for a strong and quick rebound to 12.8, 12.9 locally. Very big range up there. That's what we're looking for. But let's be very clear about what we're doing. I am not trying to establish positions in this range, people. We do not want to be buying our calls in this range. Why? Because you have the highest percent chance to get what? Rejected, because you are at those key levels. So we never want to buy when we come into our resistance or supply levels. That is not where you want to buy, people. That is not what you want to do, okay? You don't want to be buying up here. I've made the mistake a few times. I've done it a few times. People in Discord, I know you're going to be laughing at me down below because we forced some trades. But we have already established our Microsoft positions. I've been telling you guys, establish those positions because if you break 12.3, that's the money bag day. That's when you start making the money. So what are we looking for here? We are looking for potentially some dip back down to 12,000 locally, and then from there, pushing back up. Again, all we're looking for, this is your call zone where you're looking for deeper positions down the road, making money on those, establishing the calls or long positions. Until then, you're not, in my opinion, I'm just sitting here, I'm waiting, patiently sitting on my hands. Now, but I will say, if you get below 12,000, the same thing stands. You're bearish. In my opinion, you get below 12,000, you're looking rough. You're probably going to retest 11.8, 11.7. So what am I saying here? Be patient, be calm. We need to see how Monday we bring out because we could easily open up over 12.3 Monday morning with futures opening up Sunday night. However, what I want to say though, be patient because you might get that opportunity to get some of those longer positions down here on things like Microsoft, Apple, Tesla, whatever stock you want to be looking at, NVIDIA, the big ones that are really, really being torn up on the overall price. And the big indicator here right now is VIX. Now, I'm going to go somewhere here in a second. I need you to follow me. but VIX is getting tore up. But what we're going to look at really quick is going to be the SPY, and I want to just bear with me. We need to look at two things. Now, we mentioned the Fed minutes earlier this week, if you're following me, and that was the day that I said, you're bullish, you're moving up, you're strong, hey, I'm going long, and I've basically, the last 3 videos have been pretty bullish on the market, right? Looking at SPY, this date right here, this date is the last time you got Fed minutes. Guess what happened? Guess what happened right here, ladies and gentlemen? You get your Fed minutes, and what happens? You start getting the bullish movement. Now, today, I'm not going to lie, it's been a little choppy. You have a little bit of turbulence, right? But you get above this range, and it's straight shot, just like you had back here. The straight type of movement. That's what we're looking for. You get above 12.3, it's going to be just like this. And you got this. It's all happening on the same exact catalyst. Now, am I saying you can't go down? No. Rewatch the part of the video that I just said, because that's what I'm looking for. I'm being patient until the Nasdaq breaks above 12.3. Vocally, very clear about that. However, everything's lining up. When we go back to VIX, what happened on May 25th? As we go back, what happened here? May 25th, VIX dumps. When the VIX starts to drop, the market typically goes up. Look what happens. Boom, you tank. What's happening here? Once Fed minutes gets announced, boom, you tank. The same exact movement, ladies and gentlemen. The same movement. We're not making this up. However, how did we know that the market dump was not over? How did we know that we weren't just going to start blowing back up to new highs? Very simple. There's indicators. There's big news surrounding all this. The US 10-year. The same exact movement, people. The same exact movement. You bottomed out on that day when you get the Fed minutes. Let's go back a little bit further. We're going to go back and we're going to look at what happened at May 25th here. Surprise. You make a bottom here, May 25th, going to May 26th, and boom, you come out of this level. I get a little bit animated here because I'm trying to help you guys understand exactly what's happening here, and it's going on right in front of your faces. So as we come back down, you can see the same type of movement, straight channel down from those highs, back down, bottoming out, boom. And what happens every single time you start getting these type of trends? Everyone's like, okay, look, guys, we're bullish again. Yields are dropping. The dollar was bearish. Remember, everyone was commenting the dollar was bearish. Tyler, you were wrong. The dollar is going to go down. What's the dollar doing? The dollar is going to levels we haven't seen in years. Honestly, we haven't seen the dollar run like this in years. This is back at 2016. The dollar hasn't been at this level since, oh, wait, surprise, ladies and gentlemen. It hasn't been here since 2002. The dollar has not been as strong as it's been since 2002. And you're telling me you are bearish. No, this is all the signs of a risk-off environment. That's what this is. They do not want to have risk on with this environment. However, the same thing happened May 25th. You can see all of these indicators here. You bottom out on the dollar and then boom, you shoot back up. So what am I saying here? I'm saying you're probably going to get that upside if you break 12.3, but be prepared because in my opinion, there is still some major downside. However, again, we look here, the full inversion, the same thing. You're new to the channel. I'm going to give you a pass. But look in here, guys. I'm not going to just sit here and, be all nice to you. We're giving you the opportunities. If you're losing in this market, I don't know what to tell you. You're still sitting almost inverted back at 95%. You bottomed out once again. When did you bottom out? Surprise, surprise. May 25th. I can't keep saying it, guys. And what happens every time you invert here to 1%, to a full inversion? You have 2018, big dump. Housing bubble, big dump. .com bubble, big dump. We can't go further back than that. Sorry. But that's just all the data we got there. It's all pointing, in my opinion, to more downside on a long-term perspective. Long-term, more downside. Short-term, you're probably going to go up. Now, with short-term, again, another thing you need to look at, some of these junk bonds. These are the big things that are going to point and show you where you're going. Junk bonds all day long, upside. Yesterday, upside. That's why I'm so bullish here. Everything like this. HYG. We talked about this yesterday. Shout out Michael Joseph. If you're watching this from Discord. He's one of the guys that told us about this bond right here. We were telling you, we ended up buying down here what those 75s. Those are doubled now. double their value. I ended up selling some of mine today for about 60%. Some people held on to theirs. They're still going crazy. This is showing you the short term, there's upside. Long term, there is clearly downside. I'm going to do something really quick just so everyone can know. Everyone wants to see cheddar flow. Let me show you really quick. Coming into cheddar flow, very simple. We're going to go to the SPY and show you what's happening here with the money. Overall, people are still betting heavily on puts. I get it. Dated puts, they make sense. Short-term puts, I don't get it. Do whatever you got to do. Qs, what's happening here? Same type of thing. Now, in my opinion, short-term, I feel good about this. I'm going to tell you why. Typically, when you see the overall retail market betting heavily on the same side of the market, you start to see it happen the other way. Now, a lot of these orders, these are $1 million contracts being bought out here. I'm not saying this is retail, but I will say I'm seeing a lot of retail people, even read down below in my comments. Everyone's saying, Tyler, you were right being a bear. I'm still a bear in the long term. Just the short term, I got to make money, right? So when you come to this channel, no, it's about making money. It is not about, making people feel good or whatever that may be. It's about making as much money as possible here on the channel every single day. Have a good one, traders.